Hey everyone, hope you all had a great weekend. Thanks for joining me on August 21st. And as always, we are not financial advisors, and everything you see on here is for educational purposes only. And today's update's pretty plain. We talked about since we've dropped, we're just gonna kind of go sideways. It'd be more of a sideways, maybe a little upward trend. So I hate how they changed the damn arrow. Kind of like a little upward kind of trend, and it's like normal upward. And then after that, it'll have more of a downward trend. So I'll move this back here. So we could push up a little bit. Now we did come down. We hit a strong reversal fib. Down here on like 25,900 area. And that hasn't touched the bottom yet. So I'm thinking we could probably drop more. So we'll drop below that reversal fib. Because remember, we have to close on it for it to count. So I think we might still drop more to hit that bottom channel. Because we already did hit the top. Sorry, I had a little cough today. Now, if we look at this, it could probably still drop a little bit more. But ultimately, we know we have to come back up. We do have two arrow ups. Arrow up, meaning it's dropping down, forming. So it does kind of give us that bullish aspect. And, being as we drop this, it gives us an idea of like, okay, we're still going to be a little bearish on this side, so we might still drop down to that 24. The pattern would show we would drop there. I did draw this out a while back, where we would kind of go like sideways upward and then start dropping back down. How far we're going to drop, I'm not too sure just yet. It'll depend once we actually go to the top. I might be able to see a little bit of it, but again, the last part of the pattern is always a 50-50. Because we locked out the 26K already, that kind of, I don't have like as much confidence as I did before because we already did have a big old drop all the way down to 26. We still have the YFIT 24, so I still favor it to drop back down, at least down to the 24,800, but it's not like I have that like full confidence as I did before when it was like, okay, cool, we know we have to come back down to the 26. YFITs do still fill, and again, it's kind of why we were pushed up to fill that YFIT down here. So again, overall still favorite, but I'm not as super confident as I was when the 26 was there. Just because, again, the last part of the patterns are 50-50. But as we get closer, we'll kind of have a better idea. But for right now, we're kind of just going sideways. So I know it was born over the weekend. Gives a lot of people time to just chill, relax. Not a bad time to be dollar cost averaging. H-bar is still holding there nicely. XLM had a nice little 3-day up. Rose kind of going sideways. Doge had a nice little drop. Luna had a nice little bounce, but not dropping back down. Sui had a nice push up, back down. Findora just kind of going sideways. This is actually holding pretty well compared to a lot of coins. Then H-bar, GRT, Velos. As you can see, everybody has this little drop here. So again, you always want to add every time there's a drop because there's a few people that kind of want to get H-bar, and that had a big drop, and then it pumped right back up. So this is why it's important to buy every single dip, because you never know what's going to happen. Some crazy news might happen and it might start pumping again. Shiba came down, was holding around this area, but now it's breaking below it. Excuse me. So that kind of gives us some like nice bearish vibes. Ample pushing down, Matic. Yeah, everybody's still down. So again, don't wait. I'm not saying go buy all crazy, go crazy and buy all in, but there's coins that you like. Make sure you're buying little by little. You don't want to be greedy and be like, oh, well, I'm gonna wait for till like the last drop, because there can always be another last drop, and it can also take off, right? I know there's a bunch of people waiting for H-bar to drop, and H-bar refusing to drop. It dropped really fast, came back up, didn't give enough time for people to buy, and people didn't know like if we were gonna continue to buy or not. But this is why I said every time there's a big drop, there's nothing wrong with adding a little bit. That's probably the best, most successful strategy you can do. Dollar just kind of going sideways right now. I'm looking at two different scenarios. One where I mentioned before, where it could do like a, reverse head and shoulders, or we can just keep going sideways and then go up. And it'll be like, what's it called, Adam and Eve or something like that pattern. But we'll see how that plays out. I do see the dollar overall pushing back up. It's been pretty strong. It's kind of just going sideways now. We'll have to see if there's anything interesting happening this week. So far, unemployment Thursday doesn't look like it doesn't look like anything crazy this week, which could be a good thing because again, there's nothing that's gonna be no negative news, right, that can help push it back down. But we'll see what the dollar does. Again, that kind of sometimes gives us clues. But for right now, we're gonna continue to wait. Again, I need to see where we close today because again, we could still drop back down to the bottom channel and that will take us out of that strong reversal fifth, so we know it's not going to reverse back up tomorrow. But if we do hold there and we do close there, then odds are going to that we're heading back up tomorrow, and that would kind of follow the pattern. And then, but I mean, overall, it's just going to be boring this week. Last couple of days from last week were pretty exciting. We were dropping, we were waiting for it. Nobody here was caught off by surprise. I know other rooms where people were scattering all over the place, and I'm like, but we warned you guys. But people refused, like there's a lot of influencers out there that get people hyped up really fast. Oh, the bull market is here now. It's a sideways market. And, if you look at the long skew of things, yes, it's technically bull market, but there's still a lot of ups and downs that can still get people to FOMO into trades and kind of get wrecked and stuff. But that's pretty much it for today. I wish I had some more information, but again, we know we're going to go sideways for a bit. So if it starts pushing back up, it's normal. I got to just pretty much wait to get more information because right now, all we know is we're going to go sideways. And after today, I'll know if we're going to officially start these 2 arrows down. So it's going to be interesting update later tonight. But other than that, if you have any questions, concerns, feel free to reach out to me on the Discord, and I'll see you guys on the next update. Now, if you're trying to get more information on the market, if you want to stay up to date with the market, or just looking for a good community, in the description below, I did post my link to my website, which is tinderkidder.com. In here, you can find a link to Ko-fi or Patreon, which will give you access to the premium side of this channel and group. So I have 2 levels. I have that really stand out. I have the peace of mind and I have the edge. And the reason that I named these names is because it's kind of what you get out of it, right? On the peace of mind, you do get peace of mind when it comes to the market. You're not going to be surprised. You're not going to be shocked with what's going on. Just the other day, I sent out an alert on a signal talking about, hey, the market looks like it's going to dump. Somebody triggered something that kind of lets me know, hey, there's going to be a big drop. And 15 minutes later, big old drop happened. And then the same thing happened back over here. So nobody in the room's like, oh, surprise, oh, we dropped back down, right? And this is why I call it peace of mind, because you do get that peace of mind out of it. Then I have the edge tier, which the reason I call it edge, because you get the edge on the market, right? You're not just going to be blindly going into the market and not knowing what's going to happen. And I'm going to go over these tiers right now. So with the sorry, I almost said edge, but with the peace of mind, you get access to the crypto room here. Edge also includes this, but you just get a little more. So you get access to market updates. We have our general chat. We have our crypto chat where everybody talks about what's going on. We have daily play. This is where I post all of my stuff. So my stuff won't get buried in a chat room where no one can see it. For the edge tier, you actually get access to the Zoom scheduler. So you can actually schedule one-on-one Zooms with me so we can go over your portfolio, certain coins you're interested in, you just weren't sure about it. Some people have had issues with their wallets. I help them recover that. I've had people who just want to vent. Sometimes we just talk about certain things and, it helps them calm with the market, so they're not too upset with what's going on. Maybe they got into a meme coin that's down 95% or anything like that. So it's really cool, and a lot of my members love this. We also have the newsroom where we post newsworthy information. Planned orders is where you can see what people are buying or selling. We have our group Zooms every now and then. Hidden gems room where people post unique coins that are just coming out. Passive income room for staking and all that stuff. We have a marketplace where people are buying and selling from each other. Tips and links in here, so there's a lot of links for good cool YouTube videos that you can watch about stop losses, technical analysis. In here's where I always put the newest signal link, and the signal link is one thing I recommend for everybody, because this is where I'll send you emergency alerts. If I see the market's about to dump, I will send a message here that's separate from all your other messaging apps, so that way because a lot of people like to keep everything else muted because sometimes people are posting too much, and this is the one that you can leave on, and this will let you know like, hey, this is emergency, like, hey, we're about to pump, we're about to dump, or hey, something big is gonna happen. Then we have charts where you can actually see what people are requesting. If you're on the edge tier, you're allowed to actually request. If you are on the peace of mind, you can only view what other people are requesting. But here you can actually request all the coins you want to see. So I post them here, corresponding to the alphabet. And some of these will be like this. Someone talked about 1. Well, now you know that 1 has to drop back down to 0.013. So if you were looking to buy this coin, I would suggest waiting until it drops to that price before getting in. Because you don't want to get in and it's going to drop back down to this price. And now you would have wished you held off. So you get that advantage, you get that edge right off the market, because now you know when to get in and when not to get in. Another one that we were talking about, and I actually need to do a separate video on this because I didn't add it to the main video, but down here I mentioned, hey, so a member actually showed us this coin, and down here I mentioned, hey, you know what, this thing's about to take off. And it did take off. Once we were up here to this area, I was like, hey, you know what, this could probably be the top. And I drew this area here where we can drop back down to, and look, we barely missed it before it came back up. Now I'm going to update them on this shortly. And then down here we have, a place for woo-woo in case you're into conspiracy stuff or anything like that. We have a astrology room. We have a spiritual room. And then we have 2 other rooms right here. These are our little kept secrets. We won't go into too much. We also have a free trading room. So if you know anybody that actually is into trading, also the link is in the description below. If you're on the edge tier, you actually get an additional room where it gives you additional coins instead of just the free ones. But yep, that kind of breaks down my 2 levels of the premium. So again, if you want to stay up to date, I suggest joining us. We have a really good community. Everybody helps everybody out here. Nobody FOMOs, nobody's upset, nobody is shocked by what's going on with the market. I've had members even tell me, like, sometimes it's kind of boring because we already know what's going to happen, right? There's not that like feeling of like not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow, right? It's like, oh, what's going to happen? Is it going to go up? It's going to go down? We kind of already know what's going to go, like, right? And if we know we're going to drop and it goes up, we know it's going to come right back down. So if you made it this long, thank you for staying this long, and maybe I hope to see you in the room. All right, bye.